Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, August 19th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple quick clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we're looking at OPEN, and the upwards trend continues, trying to recover back from where it was a few weeks ago. Talked about this bull pennant in the video from Friday, and you can see opening 30 minutes right there. Came up, got the breakthrough there, and very, very nice movement. So in all actuality, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. But that is a good thing. When one bull pennant forms, and then another bull pennant forms, and then another one, that does imply the overall trend is remaining plenty in the bull's favor. So let's get this newest bull pennant drawn into play here. So top part of the pattern we have right here. And then bottom part of the pattern we have down there. And then just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all the same color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the nice upwards move right here. And then if you golfers out there, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant. So I wish I could say trend was this easy, but just because it's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that the price comes up here and breaks through there, that break right there could create additional buying pressure? Absolutely. So again, guaranteed? No, but plausible to throw out there as a question? Absolutely. So if you like bull pennants, if you like stocks that are just uptrending in general, and you like this price range down below $5, keep an eye on it. Next one here, ASBP. Pretty rough one on this one when you consider that at one point the price was all the way up here, and then the price has dropped all the way down to that area. But in doing so has now created an interesting little pattern here in the near term. So let's get this pattern drawn into place. So we have this area of resistance right there. And then across the bottom part of it, we have that area right there. Change that to green to represent support. And this is what I would call a little bit of a miniature falling wedge pattern within an overall bullish context. And the reason why I still call it a bullish context is this is still in a gap up context. Now, if the price comes down here and closes the gap, so it comes all the way down to that area right there, well then yes, at that point, that would just essentially be a pump and dump at that point, where you would say their price made a great move and then went right back to where it started. I'm not saying that's what will happen, but that's why I'm saying that right now I would still consider all this in an overall bullish context, because if the price ultimately does level out here and stays above the wedge and maybe gets a break through it, in that situation, you'd still have a set of lows here. You'd look at those lows down there, and if you envision those as stair steps, you would still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So yes, it's pulled back quite a bit, both in doing so, again, assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, it is still got the chance to build a higher base, and within doing that, it's formed a nice little falling wedge pattern, which is actually a bullish pattern. So keep an eye on this as a potential maybe if it comes up here and breaks up through there. Again, does that guaranteed to happen? Of course not, but in my mind, it's a valid question to throw out there. Next one here, SNGX, and I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker because you've already heard me talk about this pattern, and I want to respect your time as much as possible, but we are looking at another bull pennant pattern. So there's the resistance, here's the support right there, and then just to make sure everybody can see it, let's map out all the levels. So again, we have our area of resistance, we have our support, we have the big nice upwards move right here, we have the golf hole down here, and here we are looking at another bull pennant. So again, does that mean it's guaranteed to go up? No, but is it valid to think that if it gets a breakout, that could generate more upside buying pressure? Absolutely. So again, if you like bull pennants, here you go. Next one here, ADAP, very rough mover. I'm not willing to say that everything is roasted, but it's definitely getting pretty close to being kind of almost a pump and dump situation, and that is why I would consider, change this to green, I would consider this area down here at 0.064 very, very important, and I would call it a must hold because, and I'm not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down to 0.064 and then drop down below it, what is that doing to the price? At that point, that is quite literally putting the price right back to where it was. And as I already explained, price movements that make massive explosions and then go right back to where they were, not in any way any sort of true, genuine power, right? You would want to at least see some progress in the upwards direction. Whereas if the price came down here and bounced around here, then curled back up, what would you have in this set of circumstances? Well, you'd have lows here, you'd have lows there, and if you envision those as stair steps, you would still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So that is why, in my mind, 0.064, very, very important level. moving forward. But there is also the context of, yeah, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well then yeah, from that standpoint, the chart is already a train wreck. I'm just talking about more so the bigger picture point of view. And from the bigger picture, you certainly want to see the price stay above 0.064. Next one here, PPCB, and we have ourselves yet another bull pennant pattern. So again, in the spirit of wanting to respect your time as much as possible. And I'm not going to actually even use a lower trend line. Let's just use that pink line right there. That is the very famous 200 period simple moving average. So again, we're just going to let the moving average be the bottom part of our pattern for us. So there is our area of support. There's our area of resistance. There's the big upwards move right here. And there's the golf hole right here. So we're looking at yet another bull pennant pattern. So if you enjoy bull pennants, you like stocks below $10, you have all sorts of choices for Tuesday. Real quick, want to take a break and offer you up a potential solution that I know a lot of people are struggling with, and that is the desire to be day traders. And I'm defining day trader as having unlimited day trades every day. But because of that pattern day trader rule, you're not able to do so. Well, if you want to enter into a market where there's no pattern day trader rule, where it's open pretty much around the clock, then check out the link that you've been seeing at the top of the screen. It is the exact thing that I am doing. However, I do understand some of this can be very kind of new and like maybe a little sketchy. Totally understand. That is why I'm also inviting you. Check out the live stream that I start every day, 11 a.m. Eastern, and I go for a few hours, and come see this right before your very eyes. So this is not something that I'm not willing to put my money where my mouth is. It is what I'm doing. So if you have questions, and like I said, if you just want to see it right before your very eyes, then definitely swing by the live stream and you'll see exactly what I mean. But yes, if you are sick and tired of that pattern day trend rule, if you want a market that moves really big and very quickly, then definitely, like I said, check out that link and be sure to swing by the live stream. Next one here, we are looking at APLD, and yeah, you guessed it, we got ourselves another bull pennant pattern. In fact, if you notice this, well done, you're starting to recognize them very nicely. I'd say the biggest difference here is this one is a little bit more on the quote-unquote expensive side, not totally, but it's up above $10. So again, just because I can't help myself, let's make sure we have it all mapped out. Resistance, support, nice move up. Golf hole down here. So once again, we are looking at another bull pennant pattern. Just one of those days where there seems to be bull pennants all over the place. Next one, IQ. And again, I feel bad because it feels like I'm not trying to mix things up, but I'm sorry. Sometimes the stocks that are out there getting lots of volume, lots of price movements, they just have the same patterns. And so it is what it is. It's just one of those kind of bull pennant type of days. But once again, we are looking at, yeah, another bull pennant pattern. So here you go. And this is a situation where if you are someone that likes bull pennants and then I hear you say, there's nothing out there for me, I will lose my mind, because no, there is definitely a lot out there for you. So resistance, support, upwards move here, golf hole down here, yet another bull pennant. Next one here, WULF, and overall the chart is doing just fine. Now I realize there's a little bit of perception, or I should say more so perspective. And that is, if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought up around there and your plan was to buy and sell within 12 minutes, well then yeah, from that standpoint, things are looking really bad because there was a bigger pullback. But from the perspective of big picture, not only is the price still above the resistance from Friday, which I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, it's still above both these areas of support that I've talked about before, including this trend line here, which I talked about last week, saying, if the price could stay above there, that'd be very, very impressive. And you can see that right now, even with the bigger pullback, price is still nicely above that trend line. It's still above that purple line. So again, I'm trying to emphasize from the overarching big picture point of view, the bulls are still very much so in control. As far as areas of resistance, I'd say keep an eye on that pullback area right there. We got a pretty well-defined trend line. And now that I look at it, I mean, really, I could draw in another bull pennant if I really wanted to. So there you go, to keep the bull pennant streak going. But overall, like I said, this one's, I think, a little trickier because, yeah, if you're a day trader and you bought up there, things look a little bit rough. But like I said, big picture-wise, the trend's still plenty in the bull's favor. Next one here, ticker symbol NVDA, and from a big picture standpoint, nothing has happened. Now, yes, I realize that today things happen in the sense that the price went up and went down, all that. I'm just talking about, and this will mean more to those of you that have watched past videos, you're probably getting sick of it too, but the price just continues to be in this big multi-week sideways channel. So from that angle, yes, nothing has happened. It's still trapped within there. But if you look within the channel itself, you know what you can find? Yeah, you guessed it if you said, I bet we can find a bull pennant. You know what? You are absolutely right. There is a bull pennant right there. But again, big picture-wise, no progress has been made. It's still trapped inside of the channel. But overall today, got a nice start to the week, got a bull pennant. So let's see if this bull pennant can maybe lead to a breakout that eventually gets it up to that top part of the channel. And who knows, maybe even gets up through it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and we are at a very, very interesting spot, and this will mean more to those of you that have watched past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me talking about that resistance line right there. Again, it's been pretty annoying over the past couple of weeks, but you can see right now the price is actually up above that trend line, and it's right around that purple line there, so kind of a double whammy. But the point here is the price is up above that level, which now leads to a very exciting question, and that is this. Is this the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask it if nothing worthwhile is even happening in the first place. But in this situation, something worthwhile is happening. It's gotten up through the trend line. Now, to be fair, maybe it's not the start of anything bigger. Maybe this thing all of a sudden decides to just totally roll right back over. But again, to be fair, that's a two-sided coin. I mean, maybe it is the start of something bigger, and this thing's getting ready to rock and roll to the upside. So the point here is that a significant move has been made, not just a question of will there be more follow-through, will there be more continuation through it. So yeah, overall, nice move here on Tesla. It's got the break. It's up above that trend line. Is this the first step in a much bigger move? We'll see how things continue to play out, so grab your popcorn. So that wraps up the top 10 list, so hopefully you like those bull pennants. But again, before I go, if you are somebody that is just very frustrated by that pattern day trader rule, know that you could become a day trader, have unlimited day trades for a very small amount of capital, which you can see up there at the top of the screen. So like I said, if you have questions, let me know in the comment section. And if you're a little skeptical, totally 100% understand. That's why I say, hey, check out the live stream, come ask me questions there, interact with me live, and I'd be happy to provide any clarity to you. But this will give you an access to a market that, quite frankly, moves way better than penny stocks, moves way better than small caps anyways, and you can keep your risk a lot more under controlled. And like I said, there's no pattern day trader rule, so definitely be sure to check it out. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a good one.